What is good, Lottery Stocks fam? Earlier I posted an update video on AMC, and in the comments I said if the video gets 500 likes, which it is on track to do, it's about 400 likes right now, and the video just went up a few hours ago, then I would cover your tickers requested in the comments. As requested, I'm covering about 3 instead of only 1, but I guess the first question to pose is Mullen stock even still alive? I haven't heard much about Mullen in a long time. I mean, I see it come up on my Twitter feed about naked shorting, this and that, and we're just going to talk about it. We're going to touch on the charts. We're going to touch on is Mullen still alive, where I think it's going to go, and then 2 other plays that are short squeeze plays. So without further ado, guys, it is free. Please hit the like button on the video. It helps me out. And if you want to join us on the journey to financial freedom, subscribe. We are on the road to 20K subs. Let's get into it. It's been a while since I've taken a look at Mullen's chart, trading at 18 cents, down 2% on the day and down about another 2% in after hours, and the cycle is still there. I dropped this cycle a while ago on Mullen after this point of interest, this kind of space out where Mullen took a nosedive from $1 down to being a penny stock, and that is really where it gets scary, right? You can be a penny stock anywhere $5 and lower, but once you break that $1 level, you're on that verge of being delisted. And at this point, all they can do is make reverse stock splits or go after synthetic shorting, and we're going to talk about Mullen right now. Based on the cycle I have drawn out, and I'm just going to go based on that because Mullen is very manipulated. The algos are very controlled. I see this U in the chart. I see it start to scale up. And in my opinion, it's going to get a pop early December to early January. I think this is when Mullen does its thing. And I think there's about a room for a 22% gain or so on Mullen, between 22 cents as a peak to 25 max. I don't think Mullen is passing that unless, of course, they reverse stock split. That's a different story. But honestly, I would not risk anything betting on Mullen. Also, just take a look at their earnings. Their net income is down 6,000%. I mean, it's impossible. It's nearly impossible to invest in something like that when there is other reasons to not invest per se, right? Like the chart or like the manipulation, the synthetic shorting in Mullen, right? And I'm not crazy. I know it's a short squeeze play. Lottery stocks, you're looking at the earnings, bro. You're looking at, fundamentals. It has 12.67% short interest. That is solid for a short squeeze play. The only problem is if I brought Mullen over on the daily time frame and you take a look at it, you're going to see Mullen trades a ton of volume, okay? It's on Webull's most active. It's one of the most active stocks out there day in and day out. Why? Why is it the most active? It's because it is heavily controlled. There's no way they let this thing go. If retail picked it up like they picked up GameStop or AMC, then maybe. But right now, Mullen doesn't have the retail strength backing it for that to happen, in my opinion, on Mullen. Overall, that is my quick outlook on it. Moving on to the next ticker, FNGR, FingerMotion, trading at $4.04, down 11% on the day, touching the 382 on the fib, perfectly testing this support line, and this is a major support for FNGR because if it breaks below the support, I expect FNGR to come down to $2.90, which would be a decent drop per se. Taking a look at FNGR earnings, revenue, net income, diluted EPS, net profit margin, operating income, all up year over year, looking pretty good on the earnings side of things. The only thing is the net change in cash. Other than that, FNGR looks pretty solid. And on top of that, the short interest is at 7.85% and 5.8 days to cover. Okay, so of course there is the metric to, get the days to cover, which is why Mullen's days to cover is so much lower, even though there's a higher short interest, right? FNGR brings me to the point. FNGR, my outlook is it needs volume. That is my outlook on FNGR. If volume picks up on this stock to the upside, then I like it. However, it's picking up volume, pushing to the downside, testing a crucial support level, and I don't like that. As of right now, if I said, listen, I want to invest in this company, is the time to invest, I would basically say, if it holds $4, if it holds the 382, and we get a positive catalyst, a very positive catalyst, I would be more comfortable in investing. That is my outlook on FNGR. If it breaks below, watch crucial levels. Now, Virgin Galactic eyes next-gen spacecraft. Before we get into the last ticker, which is Virgin Galactic, ticker symbol SPCE, I want you guys to up your level, your status in life, okay? Just get in the Discord. If you're trading the stock market, or, you're not really taking trades, but you're looking for that generational wealth, you invested in AMC, whatever. I am still invested in AMC. I am still invested in GameStop. I do still think they will create generational wealth. But for the time being, you guys really should join the gang on the journey to financial freedom. We can still get there alongside and hit these plays with each other. It's probably the cheapest Discord on YouTube that you will find, with the most amazing vibes in there. There are no bad questions, whether you're a beginner or advanced trader. This is the place to go. And we have options trading alerts in there. We post gains, post losses, talk stocks all day long. That link is in the top of the description and pinned in the top comments. Now take a look at this wedge on Virgin Galactic. If it ran all the way up to the fib level at $15, which is the most major resistance on this stock, right? It would be about a 600 and somewhat % gain. That would be massive for Virgin Galactic. And it's possible, and we're going to come back to the charts in a minute, looking at the financials, right? They just had earnings up 125%, 28% for revenue, net income, up on net profit margin, up on operating income. Just again, net change in cash, also negative. Cost of revenue up 4,000%. It's not looking bad. On top of that, if you take a look at the short interest, this is probably the play that I like the most. 20% short interest, 6 days to cover. The thing is looking solid, set up for a short squeeze play. And I'm going to talk about it right now. The one thing I expect for Virgin Galactic, if volume doesn't pick up, we're not going to mention that again like we did FNGR. If volume doesn't pick up, it's going to play out another earnings cycle. Not to a T, but very similar to the earnings that we had in May on FNGR, scaling up higher highs and higher lows, flushed out, and then higher high, and then coming back down, making a new low. This is what I expect to happen on FNGR. I think about this week, it's going to come back down to $1.70 and then trail back up, come up to $2.55 max, peaking, which there is a 50% play in this if you did want to play this. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Of course, it is risky, but there, in my opinion, is about 50% to 25% gain in this play, depending on how you play it, but it is very risky, right? It's sitting near all-time lows, and it could just flush down. I could be completely wrong, but this is my outlook on Virgin Galactic. And if it does scale up and retail starts looking at it, and that volume from 9 million goes to 100 million, 200 million, shorts aren't going to want to be in this. I'm going to tell you that right now. 20% short interest, that first thought, that first domino is going to say, I got to get out before these bigger guys get out. And these bigger guys are going to say, I got to get out before those even bigger guys get out. And that is how the short squeeze is going to happen. I like SPCE probably the most out of these three. That is it. Basically, I covered these tickers. I didn't cover the news, the catalyst. But overall, SPCE is, like FNGR, Mullen, a failing chart. Mullen probably looks the worst chart-wise, then SPCE chart-wise maybe, and then FNGR. Short squeeze-wise, SPCE, FNGR, Mullen, kinda same boat, but Mullen last, right? So SPCE, FNGR, Mullen are my picks in that order. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. If you didn't see the video posted earlier, make sure to go watch that. Hopefully I, answered your tickers the way you wanted them answered. If you want more depth and you want to talk with me, again, get in Discord. And also, if you guys want up to 16 free stocks, each valued up to $2 grand per stock, use my link, sign up for Moomoo, and make a deposit. You will start earning benefits from there. It takes 2 minutes, plus $400 cash sent to your account if you transfer stocks into Moomoo. And also, your uninvested cash earns 5.1% APY. Go to that, no reason not to do so. It's also a great platform. It gives you level 2 order book data for free, so you can see where whales are loading up and dropping off. And honestly, the reason I like it are for the notifications I get. That is it, guys. I love you all. Enjoy the rest of your night. Lottery Socks out.